Now I've got the big pleasure to sit next to Oscar Loya, who represented Germany at the Eurovision Song Contest together with Alex C. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Now, tell us a bit about your experience in Moscow.
It was incredible. It was something that I look back at now and I just really can't believe that it happened. It was very, it was larger than life. I didn't expect it to be such a huge event with so many people, and yeah, it was incredible. I had the time of my life.
Now let's go back to your early life. You were not from Germany, you were actually from the United States.
Yep.
And so how did it come that you go to Germany?
I was doing an international tour of West Side Story, the Broadway version. I was playing Bernardo, and one of the countries that we toured through was Germany. And we played in Munich for about 2 months, Frankfurt, Cologne, Berlin, yeah. And so I got to know a lot of really cool people, and I had a big circle of friends in Munich. And after 5 years in New York, yeah, I was ready to, I always wanted to live in Europe, and it was just really easy for me to, move to Munich because I had so many friends there.
But actually, to be on Broadway is something that's one of the biggest things an artist can have, so why did you leave that actually?
That's just it. Actually my first job, my first casting, my first job was that. So I thought to myself, after that there's really, there's only up, and I didn't want to do it again. It's part of the same reason I wouldn't do Eurovision again, because it's, you do it, you enjoy it, and you move on. So I thought, the next best thing to Broadway would be to do something on my own on stage, and yeah, I'm glad I left.
We just saw the show you did for the Eurovision Club in Germany, and you sang one of the songs of Taco, Putting on the Ritz.
I sang one of the songs of Fred Astaire.
And Taco.
And Taco. Yeah, I know.
So why did you pick this one?
I liked it. I think it has a lot of flair, has a lot of style. I'm also a fashion designer. I designed the outfit that I wore today on stage. Yeah, Alex and I really liked that song.
How did the collaboration with Alex come together?
Good question. It happened sort of by accident. I was introduced to Volker Neumiller. He had this project, and he played the song for me and asked me if I would be interested, and I was like, hell yeah. And then he introduced me to Alex. We recorded the song in about an hour, and they were really happy and impressed, and they said, well, let's work together. We had actually, back then we didn't know anything about the Eurovision, or I didn't know, about Eurovision. It definitely wasn't in the plan.
So how did NDR approach you, find you and Alex?
That's a good question. I think Alex just submitted that song, and they really liked it. They really liked it. I mean, they had a couple hundred admissions from a bunch of different songs, and they chose us.
Of course, we're talking about Miss Kiss Kiss Bang. What is the song all about?
The song is about someone who drives you crazy, about someone who just makes you wanna, yeah, kiss kiss bang bang. So I'll let you interpret that.
I was going to ask you, what is the bang bang?
The bang bang baby is whatever you want it to be. Some people do it differently.
Figure it out yourself.
It's pretty obvious. But
in Moscow, we saw a few moments Dieter von Teese on stage. Who had that idea?
It was all of our ideas, but I mean, I think Alex was really inspired by her. And I mean, she's the epitome of fashion and sexiness and class and style, so we were really happy to have her part of the team.
Now, your song Miss Kiss Kiss Bang has also been recorded by David Hasselhoff and Patricia Lewis in South Africa.
That was hilarious. Yeah, that was actually really cool. So I thought that was kind of crazy.
Can you actually sing a bit of Afrikaans?
I cannot sing a bit of Afrikaans, but I heard it and it's cool. I mean, but unfortunately I can't sing it.
But like an artist like David Hasselhoff covering your song, actually,
it's a total honor. I couldn't even really believe it at first. I was just kind of like, what? No. But then they sent me the link to it, and it was awesome. It was very.
Have you actually met David Hasselhoff or planning to meet him?
No, I was hoping to meet him at the European MTV Awards where I was at a couple of days ago, but he was nowhere to be found. I think he was a little drunk, so maybe he went back home before the after party.
Now, after Eurovision, you came back to Germany. How were you received in Germany?
I felt like I was received really, really well. I mean, I don't really spend much time looking into what people have to say negatively. I just kind of leave it at the door, and I mean, I felt great. I mean, I can always look back at that video and just remember having a great time and doing the best I could on that night.
Do you think that the Eurovision Song Contest has helped you with a career, or will it help you with your career?
Definitely. I mean, before this year, no one really knew who I was in Germany, and now I'm really having fun, performing, getting invited to a lot of really cool events, and meeting amazing people. So, and I mean, the opportunity to perform on Oprah Winfrey show, it's almost like I had my career highlight before I've had this long career. It was just that was one of the biggest things that I could have dreamed of.
It's really amazing, the songs you've been singing. They're on the album of Alexi and you together. Alexi produced it. Yeah. And what's the title of it? And it's available everywhere? It's available everywhere.
The name of the album is called Heart for Sale. And it's available on iTunes, Amazon, Music Load, and in every store, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
On a good old CD.
So go out and get it.
And yourself, you're working on a new album. Can you tell us a bit about that?
I can tell you a little bit about it, but you'll have to wait and see. Probably, I think we're releasing something in January, February, so end of January. But it's still very much inspired by pop swing, but yeah, you'll have to wait and see. I don't want to tell you much more than that, which isn't very much.
You're actually from New York. You grew up in New York?
I grew up in Southern California, but I lived in New York for about 5 years.
And a television network has bought the Eurovision Song Contest concept.
Oh.
And do you think that this will be a success in America, to have a state Eurovision Song Contest?
Wait, I don't understand. The United States purchased the
concept of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Okay. But only within the United States?
Correct, yes.
Well, it would definitely not be called Eurovision anymore. It'd be called United States. I don't know what it'd be called, but I think it could definitely work. I mean, there's so much talent in the U.S. as well, and yeah, who knows? I'd be interested to sing it.
So, if Oscar, if you were not going to be a singer, what would you like to become?
Well, I went to university to become a fashion designer. I used to work as a fashion designer, and I used to work as a hair and makeup artist for a while as well. So, music and dance is definitely my first love and passion, but probably fashion design again.
And you do a lot of sports as well as a hobby?
I have a dog, and I'm always running around with him. So I go jogging and swimming, and take dance class every now and then.
He's a big dog.
He's a big dog. He's a Rhodesian Ridgeback. His name's Louis.
Okay. And who is actually your music influence?
Freddie Mercury, I love. Elton John, I love. George Michael, Brian McKnight. I love me some Robbie Williams. I love Mika. Donny Hathaway.
Yes, it's really good. I like them as well. Oscar, thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
To meet you again. And
pleasure was all mine.
Good luck with your future.
Thanks, man.
All the best. Okay, bye-bye.
Take care, guys.